Today is the day I finally have got my PSA submission back. I sent these cards off back in February. It felt like forever and a day waiting to get these back. 5 months it took to get these. I mean, it's been a very long journey. It's been a very long time. I've been eagerly waiting to see what these cards are going to get, right? I wanted them to come back. I was hoping they would come back a lot sooner. They did take a very long time. I mean, when I submitted these, the turnaround time was about 45 business days, so it worked out around about 2.5 months to 3 months of how long it should have took. So realistically, I sent them at the beginning, literally like the very first weekend of February. I would expect them to have them back in May. That was kind of my expectations, maybe the end of April. But the fact is, I got them the end of June. It's taken ages. So today we're going through 63 graded cards. This is the biggest ever submission I've ever done. So I know some of the cards that I sent off and some others I don't know. The ones I do know I sent off are going to be quite difficult to get in 10s. I've sent them off in the past and really struggled to get 10s. In fact, some of them didn't even get 10s. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to send even more copies of them, hoping to get a 10. Like, send it in volume and see what happens. We'll be price checking each one of these today on eBay to get an idea of how much each of these cards go for in whichever grade they get, right? Do they get PSA 10? Do they get a 9? Do they get an 8? Hopefully we don't get anything less than 9. So we're going to go through each of these. We've got them in like blocks of, I think they've done them in 2021, I think. So it's going to be really interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I haven't even opened this up yet. I graded with the Sub Center. That was the company that I went for. This is actually the first time that I've graded with them. They're pretty good, actually. They were very good at maybe keeping on top of like what the progress is of all of my submissions. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what I get. Right, so let's open this one up. Okay, right, we have them. This is the first stack. Oh, I'm intrigued. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also kind of nervous at the same time. So we're going to be going through each one of these, and I think it's a mixture I sent off of English and Japanese. I don't think I've sent off anything else. I'm pretty sure it was mainly English and Japanese, but there might be some Chinese, but honestly I can't remember. There's just like 3 or 4 submissions I got sent out, and it's been so long ago, but it's going to be really interesting. So let's see what we got. Okay, so I've sent off, so first things first, right? I've sent off 8 sets of these promos. So these are 8 sets of the UPC promos. I have yet to get any of these in a 10. I got quite a lot of 9s last time. Already on this one, the centering's not great. On that right side, that centering is pretty heavy. Let's take a look at the back. Back's probably not too bad. I think it's gonna get an 8 or a 9. A 9. Okay, we'll take a 9. Hey, look. It is what it is. These are tough to get in 10s. Like I said, I've graded them before, but yeah, it's that 100%. It is that thick centering. Right, we're going to check the price of the Charizard V-Star. So recently sold on eBay. We're looking at around about, you got £42 here, 33, 40. That's an Ace one, 40. So anywhere like with like delivery, you're probably looking around about £40. That's actually not bad. Like that's a little bit more than I anticipated. I thought these might be a bit less than that. So we'll take that. So £40 on the tally. We'll keep a running tally of all of the, the total amount. I would also put on the screen so you can see how much I spent to grade these. Now, I will say a lot of these cards, I didn't pay for them, right? A lot of them I either opened up in a booster pack, or some of them, like for instance these promos, I basically broke down UPCs, sold the packs, pretty much break even, and got the cards for the price of, including what I sold the packs for. So at the time, these cards are just the price that I paid for grading, okay? So to get an indication, right? To get an indication. Okay, next up, I mean, we've got 8 of these, so I don't know if they're all going to be all next to each other, but this one on the back doesn't look too bad. Okay, so this one, we've got the V Max. This one is my favorite. Center on this one looks a little bit left heavy, if I'm honest. Okay, a 9. All right. I mean, like I said, it's going to be a running trend of these, I think. But still, absolutely gorgeous card. Let's see how much this VMAX boy. I think this one's probably going to be less than the V-Star. We'll see how much that gets in a 9. Okay, so recently sold in a 9. That's not an Ace. So this one here, we have about £32. Sorry, that's an Ace. That's PSA. So 32 PSA, 32 Ace, 32. You're looking probably... An Ace one's 37. That's kind of strange. So yeah, we're probably looking anywhere between like low to mid 30s. It's Let's just say 35 for this Charizard. That's not too bad. The 35 for this one. Okay, so I would assume the next one is probably going to be the Charizard V, if they've done it all next to each other. We've got a lot of... Oh my days, guys. Look at the centering on the back of that. There's no way. Whatever this was, another V's Max. There's no way this isn't a 9. There's no way it's a 10. 7. Oh my... Look how thick that border is. Like I said, a lot of these, I literally just send them off, right? I'm like, look, they paid for themselves. They're in the things. Let's just send it off and see. You never know, right? I'm not even kidding. I've got grades. I got 10s before with centering this bad. Yeah, PSA, they can be a bit weird. So this one, that one can go in the trash pile, right? That one could be in the absolutely terrible. Just don't even go there. Just don't even go there. Oh, the center on that one was guys. This one again is looking a bit back heavy. There's a little nick in whitening in the corner. Not looking good. Okay, this is the Charizard V. This is the cheapest usually of them. I'm gonna say an 8, a 9. There you go. It had a whitening in the bottom there, and it's got a bit of off-centering in the back, a bit of off-centering in the front, but it got a 9. Interesting. I mean, it's definitely nowhere near as off-centered as that 7. That was absolutely crazy. It's recently sold in a 9. We're looking at 40, so that's in a silicone case. So these are ace graded ones. Price all over the place. You've got 27, 35. That one's an ace one at 36. I'm just going to say 35 again. So pretty much the VMAX and the V is pretty much the same. With the V-Star holding a little bit more higher value there. Cool. So we'll take that one. I think we're going to get a lot of 9s today. I was having to think about this. Like when I heard it was like they were coming back, I was like, I got 63 cards. I'm trying to think which ones I sent off. And I remembered I got so many of these which are really tough against 10s. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm probably going to get a small amount of 10s in this submission. I just have this weird feeling. The back of this is really nice. Okay, so we've got another Charizard V coming in. Front looks better. I mean, I haven't seen any whitening, so the center looks pretty good. 9 again. There's another 9 there. I mean, the centering did look actually a lot better than the other one, but there you go. It's another 9. I think, like I said, we're going to get a lot of 9s. Obviously, that 1-7 is actually quite funny, actually. Okay, another Charizard V. Again, centering doesn't look too bad. Another 9. So we're racking up all of these in a 9. It'd be nice to get just 110. I would just like to get 110. I don't know if that's the case. Okay, that was the case. I was like, my days, what happened to that? Okay, so we've got another one. This one's an 8. So this one did get a lower grade here. I mean, the centering on this one, probably not the best either. Yeah, look at the back center on this one. That one's quite thick. It's very dusty, but I think that's actually from the slab. That's not from the card itself. So we've got an 8. We'll put an 8 over there. I'm only really going to price up the 9s and 10s in this one. Wow, look at the center on this one. There is... I'm just going to spin this bad boy around. This is definitely not going to be a good one. A 9. So we got the Quavel. Wait a minute. I got a 9? Look at the center on that. Oh my days. I'm not going to lie. I thought this was to get at least an 8. Wow. Okay. I mean, it's a 9. All right. We'll check the price of the 9. I thought it was going to be another Charizard card. All right. Interesting. Okay. So PSA 9. We're looking at recently sold £15. Wow. That one is quite a low one. The Ace one's worth more. So there you go, guys. If you want an idea there, you know, a lot of people say, oh, Ace is definitely nowhere near the same value as PSA. Nearly double the value of that. Look, £13 there. Damn, look at that. This one is... Oh, that was a 10. All right, fair enough. I was like, damn, that's quite high, but no. There. So there's a difference, right? PSA 10, 52. And Ace 10 is only 35, but the Ace 9 is worth more than the PSA 9. So we're looking at about 15 there for that one. This one definitely is a lower tier one there. We'll put that there. We'll put that there. All right. Let's see. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of lower tier ones as well. The back on this one's looking pretty sweet. All right, we're looking at another V-Star. The center on that one, there's no way. That's probably an 8. Yeah, I was going to say, look at the centering on that one. These are tough to grade. Always found these ones are super, super tough. Like I said, I think this submission, we're going to get quite a lot of 9 and lower, I think. Center on this one, these obviously PSA have changed their centering criteria, so I think this could probably be a 9. This one's an 8. Okay. Interesting. This one's an 8. All right. Keep racking up that tally. You know, the 8s and 9s are... No 10 so far. Like I said, this is going to be absolutely brutal. This one's a bit thick at the bottom. So, oh, we've got the Legendary Birds promo. I've sent off 8 of these as well. All right. These beautiful cards. Absolutely stunning. I've graded loads of these in the past, so we'll see what we get. Okay, we got a 9 on this one. The PSA 9. for the legendary Birdo. Hopefully we'll get some 10s. Like I said, I sent 8 of these off. Let's check the price. Okay, so recently sold. So we have that's Ace. PSA, is that 9? £85? Really? Holy smoke. So 85, 84, 65. Is this thing shot up like crazy? Holy, it has. Man. Alright, so 85 recently sold. Okay, wow. I remember selling these in a PSA 10 for 50 back in the day. Wow, okay, alright. 85 on the board for a PSA 9. Wow, I'm super happy with that. I mean, how much is a 10? Oh my days, hopefully we get a 10 and we'll check the price. But back looks pretty good. Oh, there might be some damage in there in the corner. That's the downside of promos. They can get damage in the packaging of whichever product they're in. So we got a 10. Finally, our first 10. Oh, I'm intrigued to see the price. If that's 85, I was selling these for like 130 probably about 2 months ago. Wow, we got a 10. We got our first 10. All right, we're definitely checking the price of this one. Okay, so 10s. We've got ace 10s here for 150, 160, 140. 200. I was at 125 and that one's 200. Best offer accepted. 190, 200. Damn. All right. So okay, I guess we go at 200 there as well. 200 on the board. Biggest card so far. So we're gonna put this one. Put the 10s over there. Wow, first 10. £200. Like I said, I literally saw one like 2 months ago for like 130. Man, that's sharp. Sun and Moon's been popping off though. Okay, we got another Legendary Birds promo. Okay, that one did get a 9. We'll add that to the tally. It's like £85. Wild. Let's see how many we can get in 10s. Out of the 8 that I sent off. So far we got 1. Okay, we got a different card now, so spice up. Masquerada, Palirobot. I graded, I remember now, I graded one of each of the starters, Final Evolutions, just because I like them. I think they're pretty cool. A 10, nice. We did get a Masquerada in a 10. I love the artwork of this. I just think it looks super cool. We did get the Quavel in a 9, which is a bit of a shame. But the Masquerada in a 10, sweet. Right, we can check the price. Check the price of that one. So recently sold, PSA 10, £65. Okay, that's not too bad. These are all raw ones, aren't they? So £65 recently sold. So a little bit more than the Quavel. The Quavel was like 50, I think, in a PSA 10. So 65, we'll add that. So there we go, 65. That's our second 10. We've got a lot of we've got a lot of cards to go through. This is gonna be a long video, guys. So strap in. We'll speed things up once we, oh my days, look at the center on that one. This is the Skeledirge. There's no way. Okay, 9. I was like, there's no way this is getting a 10. Front doesn't look too bad. A little bit left heavy. Look at that juicy one. So this one is a 9. It is a nice looking card though, but I think it's probably going to be pretty cheap. So Skeledirge in a 9, 30. Wow, worth a hell of a lot more than the 32 as well. Yeah, worth a lot more than the Quavel. Quavel's like half the price. Wow, okay, that's not bad. Pretty decent there. Pretty decent there. All right, come on. This is the near the end of the first stack, so let's take a look at the next one. Mewtwo. All right, so I sent off some 151 UPC promos before, didn't get anything. Right, got like 9s, no 10s. Come on, this one doesn't look too bad on the front. Back looks okay. 9. Tough again, really tough to get in 10s, but a gorgeous card nonetheless. So recently sold, we got here what's this, PSA 9, £37, 33 and an ace, 30, 37, 35. I would say 35, right? Let's just see. Let's go with a nice easy number. 35 for this Mewtwo. Not too bad, actually. Not too bad at all. We've got a few cards left, a few slabs left of the first stack. This one's looking a bit thick on the side. Another Mewtwo. I'm gonna say a 9. Okay, another 9. Not too bad. So I think maybe 2 of each. I think these might all be the 151 promos left. Maybe. No. Okay, Charizard. Come on. Oh, another 9. I don't think I have a feeling I'm not gonna get any in a 10. I don't know why. I just have this feeling. Even though I sent off 8 of each. An 8 for the Charizard V. Big bit thick on the back there. I don't think I will. I don't think I will. There was quite a few which I did see, and I was like, you know what, they could. Okay, so we've got another 9 for the Charizard. There's no way. There's no way. There's just no way. Okay, we got last one. Alakazam in a 9. So this one's from 151. We haven't had. I've sent off 3 of these because I keep pulling Alakazams for some reason. Let's see how much the Alakazam is. Okay, so in a PSA 9, we got an ace that was 50, 47, 51, 58, 55, maybe 55. We'll go with 55. Yeah, let's go with 55. 55 for the Alakazam. So this was the first stack. I think there was probably 21 if they divided in 3, and there was 63. We only got 2 PSA 10s. I had a feeling this was going to be a really brutal submission just because the cards I sent off are quite tough to get in 10s. So we'll see how it goes with the next lot. So far, I'm not going to lie, even though I'm getting a lot of 9s, the value of these are going up massively than it was 5 months ago, right? Which is wild to say. So not too bad. Okay, next stack. Stack number 2. Let's see what we can go up. I think we've got some more. We've got some Japanese stuff coming. Which I would hope a lot of those will get 10. So, okay, we've got Galvantula. This one's from Stellar Crown, I think. One looks pretty good. Back looked good. Oh, I did get 9. Okay, so first one of the first stack, another 9 coming in. The one recently sold here for £30 in a PSA 9. Okay, so £30 there for that one. So there we go. There's our first 9. £30 into that tally. Okay, next one. Back looks pretty good. I think it's mainly the front is what. Come on. Please let me get a 10. Centering doesn't look too bad. Oh, we got one. Finally. I have graded so many of these. I was going to say the back and front didn't look too bad. Holy smokes. We finally have one in a 10. I've graded so many of these. Hey, I'm happy with that. That's a good one. That's a good start. It's a good start. Okay, so the Mew in a PSA 10, we're looking at 170. Pretty much 170, just under 150, 180, 195, 170. Wow, the price of this range all over the place. Look, 150, 200. I'm going to say, let's meet in the middle. It's like between 150 and 200. Let's go 180 just to make things... Yeah, we'll just go in the middle. We'll go 180. So 180 for this one. This one's our first 10. That was a good one. That was a good one. Okay, next one. This doesn't look too bad in the back. Oh my days, there's another Mew. There's no way there's another 10. I think there's a 9. Yeah, okay. I was like, I don't think I'm lucky that, that much, but this one did get a 9. Maybe there's some damages or something, but there we go. We did get a 9. We'll check the price actually of this one and a 9. So this one and a 9, we're looking at about 42, 45, 42, 42, 42, 47. Well, okay, so let's just go with like 45, somewhere in the middle. 45 for that one. Okay, so this is the Metal Mew. So much more heavy. You can tell obviously from the back as well. No, I did grade these in the past, and they did get, I think I got 2, I think it was like 2 10s. So let's see what we get. There we go, first 10. Like, it's so weird. It feels super heavy, but they put in this plastic film as well, so it doesn't like rattle around, which is quite interesting. So let's see how much this is, because I did sell a few of these a while back. Let's see if they've changed. So we got the Metal Mew coming in here. 70. These are ace graded ones. 83, 78, 78. So basically 80. And we go with 80. That's pretty much what I was sending them before. Nice. We've got another 10. I'm happy with that one. I do like it. So we've got a second one here. Let's speed this up a little bit. What do we get in this one? An 8. Wow. I mean, the metal ones are kind of weird, right? Probably damaged or some weird stuff. There we go. We're going 8 for that one. Yeah, that one's going over there in that pile. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Back of this one. We've got a little nick in the corner there. Okay. Okay, another Charizard. No way this is... Okay, 8. We're going over there. Like I said, I don't think I'm happy we got a 10 with a Mew. But I was like, there's no way I'm getting a 10 with any of these. An 8. Okay. I've sent off in total 12 lots of UPC promos. A 9. Okay. Okay. I'm happy with getting. I'm not too fussed about getting the 9s, to be honest. The 9s are actually quite pricey, so it's not too bad. Another 9. Yeah, I sent off 12 sets of these and haven't got a single 10. Not even like a set of 10. Just any card in a 10. There's another 9. I think that might have been all of them. Holy smokes, that's so difficult. So difficult. Okay, so I sent off some Terrapagos UPC promos as well. Which I kind of like them. I think they're kind of cool. Okay, so we did get a 9 in the Cinderace. Right, let's check the graded price of the 9. So I searched up PSA 9 and there hasn't been any recently sold apart from a 10, which was 32. So the only thing that's kind of close to this was an Ace 9 in 21. So I'm just going to say 20. Maybe it'll push a little bit more because it's PSA. So we'll just put 20 on the board for that one. So I'm more of a cheaper one there. Okay, next up, what we got? Maybe more of those promos. Oh no, another Legendary Birds. Come on, we did get a 10 earlier. Damn it, a 9. Although these have gone up in value. a ton. I'm surprised of how much they've actually gone up. Okay, next up, another promo. It's another 10 big boy cards coming in now. I can't believe these are £200. That's wild. Like, that's just so crazy that they're £200. Oof. I remember when these promos, another 10. Oh my days, here, come on. I remember when these promos were like £10 each raw, and now they're like really expensive. They're the price raw now of what they were when it had PSA 10. Okay, so this one is from Prismatic. I actually pulled this. I was like, you know what? It's one of the very few cards I actually pulled in Prismatic. A 9. I'm not a fan of this, but I just graded it anyway. Do you know what I mean? I was like, let's just see. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So that's a PSA 10. I don't know if there is a 9 anywhere. So we're looking at 10 is around like 20 odd pounds. No, it's not. 10 is 95. No, I said 20 odd pounds. Oh, that was the Japanese one. That'll be why. So there isn't one for PSA 9, but the raw price is about 25. So I'm just going to probably say it's about £25. In all honesty, I mean, you've got there was a PSA 8, which was like £12. So yeah, we'll just say 20 for that one. So 20 for that one in a 9. Okay, what we got up next? Let's see. Okay, we've got Terrapagos. This one's from the UPC as well. Oh, 10. Nice. Terrapagos coming in. Let's see what this one is. The Cinderace got 9. Let's see how much the Turtle got. So this one here, I'm probably just going to say like 28, 30. But we'll just put £30 up for that one. That was a 10. That was a 10. So not massively expensive, but you know, it's a cool little promo to get graded. Okay, we got the Lapras. This one's my favorite out of the 3. Come on, let's see if we can get this one. Okay, this one got a 9. We'll see how much this one's probably going to be pretty cheap, similar to the Cinderace, but we'll check to see this one in a 9. Okay, so the Lapras in a 9. We got one recently sold in an Ace 9 for £30. There was another one here for Ace. That one's Ace. So they do range all over the place, but I mean, I'm just going to say 30 in a 9, which actually isn't that bad. I mean, pretty decent. That's pretty decent. Still a nice one, that Lapras. Okay, let's see what we got up next. Another Terrapagos. Another 10. Alright, we'll take that. Well, let's see if we can get a Lapras in a 10, or a Cinderace. I think I sent off 2 of each of these. Come on. Boom, we did get a 10. Let's see how much a 10 goes for then. Okay, so PSA 10 we got on here, 40 to 45 pounds. Not much more than 9. That's interesting. Okay, so 45 there. 45 on the board for that one. Definitely a lot cheaper. Well, we've got a lot more 10s this time around than the first stack. Alakazam, right, we did get a 9. I sent off 3 of these. We did get a 9. Come on, let's see if I can get at least one 10. Ooh, baby. We did. Okay, let's see. Let's see how much this Alakazam is. So Alakazam 175 was the most recently sold. 180, best offer accepted. 150, 156, 190, 193, 180. I'm just going to say like, I mean, what, 180? Should we go with 180? Yeah, let's go with 180. 180 for that one. Wow, this was actually less than the Legendary Birds promo. Bit wild on that one, isn't it? All right. Last one. What is it? Come on, can we go for another one? This one looks pretty good. 9. Okay, fair enough. At least we got 1 in a 10. I'll take that. So this stack was way better, right? How many 10s we got? We got a decent amount of 10s. Not many 8s this time. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 10s, which is pretty good. The first one only had 2, so we've got 10 10s so far. And finally, the last stack to go. All right, let's see what we can get. So far, we've got 10 10s. We went through, what, 42, and we managed to get 10 PSA 10 so far. Okay, the final stack we have. I do know there's some Japanese cards I did send off, so they will probably be in this stack. Okay, well, we got Cinderace. We already had one in a 9. Okay, so we did get another one in a 9 there. So the Terrapagos was the one we got 2 10s on. Okay. I'm not going to get a 10 in any of these, am I? 9. There's just no shot. I tried, guys. I tried. Look at the center on that one. Seren's pretty bad. Yeah, I know a lot of you may be like, Jace, why'd you set them off when you know the Seren's that bad? That was an 8. Oh, okay, so we did get an 8 on that one. I'll push this over a little bit. And the thing is, with a lot of these, I was like, it was quite cheap to grade. And I know a lot of these, it's just nice to have as well. And I wanted to send, you never know, PSA, they're not the best at grade. They're not very consistent. We've got a 9 at all. We've seen some 10s today already that are quite questionable. All right, Legendary Birds, come on. 9, okay. But like the value of these in a 9 are like silly expensive. Even the UPC promos. So Legendary Birds, come on. It's another 10. I'm happy. I'm happy. Right, I'm not that happy that I didn't get a single Charizard promo in a 10 though, but you know what it is. Oh, okay, I forgot I sent this one off. Yes. Ooh. All right, let's see how much this Persian is. Team Rocket. I like the Persian. It's one of the few cards from Shroud of Fable I actually do like. The Persian PSA 10, we're looking at 135. Is there any others? 150, 150, 135, 150. So pretty much 150. So 150, I'll take that any day. Beautiful, stunning card. I'm happy with that. That looks sick. That looks sick. Right, we've got a couple of more PSA 10s there. Gengar. I like this one. This one's from Temporal Forces. I thought this is a pretty cool full art to grade a 9. Yeah, look at that centering. Just realised that centering's not the best. Oh, we've got to check the price. We'll check the price. We'll check the price. So we're looking at about 40-ish pounds. So 40, that's not bad actually in a full art. No, we'll take that. We'll take that for a full art. That's pretty sick. There we go. I do like it though. It does look pretty cool. Okay, so we've got some Japanese ones coming up soon. For Quavel. Oh, did I sent 2 off? Oh, we got 1 in 10. I didn't know I sent 2 off. I thought I only sent 1 off. There you go. That was a surprise. Okay. PSA 10 Quavel. Let's see how much this one is. PSA 10, £52. Okay, so we'll just say £50 for that one. 50. We'll take that any day. Beautiful. Donald Duck coming in. Alright, so we've got some Japanese cards. I believe these were like from Terrestrial Festival. Now, graded with Japanese cards, I'm not the best at evaluating whether or not a card is like got good centering and stuff. So, apart from the front. Alright, so we've got the Roy Moon from Terrestrial Festival. I love the artwork of that. Gorgeous. 10 coming in. Alright, let's see this one. This was a gorgeous looking card. The Roy Moon, we're looking at 58, 47, 56, 58, 68. Oh my days, the price of this is all over the place. 68, close to 60. So let's just say 60. We'll just do a little bit somewhere in the middle. 60 for this one. Absolutely gorgeous. For that one. I like it. Like I said, we've got quite a few from Terrestrial Festival. Did open up a fair amount. Cyrilage. Oh, I love the artwork of this. Come on. 9. Not great on that one. Let's see how much this is in a 9. PSA 9, we're looking at £32. Okay, that's not too bad. 32. That's more than I expected. I thought it would probably be like 20, so that one's not too bad. Okay, what we got up next? Come on. Bragapult. Love the artwork of this one as well. Okay, that one did get a 9 as well on that one, so interesting. Couldn't find any Reese's Sold Day. The closest one I managed to find, an Ace one, and that was 20. So that one's 20. Nothing too fancy there on that one. Okay, next one. Oh yeah, we got the Golden Cheese String. This one's a funny art. 10 on this one. All right, let's see what we can get in this one here. So PSA 10 for this one. Ooh, not much here. 26, 25, 35, 40. All over the place. Let's just say 30. I mean, that price is all over the show. So 30 on that one. That's quite a cheap PSA 10 there. Okay, right, what we got up next? We have we got the Palafin coming in. That one's in a 10 as well. We'll take that one. So again, we can start racking up the 10s a little bit. So the Palafin, we got 42, 31, 41, 47, 50, 46. Oh my days, this is all over the place. I mean, probably 50. I don't know, let's go with 45. We'll go with 45 for that one. Not too bad at all. So we've got a few more 10s now. This one. I don't know. Alright, alright. Okay, what we got up next? Okay, so this was the promo that you got from Battle Partners, the booster boxes. So it'd be interesting to see. I just like it. I think it's super colourful. We did get a 10. We'll take that. That is a gorgeous little card there. So recently sold, we have 40, 35, 40, 40, 45. Let's just go with 40. Just makes my life. Yeah. It's between like 35 and 45. So 40 for that one. Not too shabby. Okay, next one. Another one. Another 10. We'll take that. I love it. It's super colourful. Okay, so now we're back to English. Come on, can we find any more 10s? What do we got? Ooh, what was this one from? I can't... Prismatic, that was it. I did manage to pull this from Prismatic. Golden Terrapagos. In an 8. Ooh. Yeah, that one didn't do very well, did it? That one definitely didn't do very well. Okay, and then we only got 3 cards left. There's no way it's getting a 10. 9. Standard. Not a single Zardy boy in a 10. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. And a 9 for that one. And then the final card. Look at the center. Oh my days. Look at the center on that one. Wow, we'll be able to finish off with a card that's thick. if that centering is mental. The front, look at the offset, look at that. Oh my god, look how thin the top is. There's no way this is getting... It's got an OC. We're finishing off with an 8 OC grade. That's actually quite funny. That's actually hilarious. Alright, so in the final one, we did get a few more 10s, which was pretty good. We didn't get a single Charizard in a 10. We did get a Mew, though, from the 151 promos. We've got a ton of Hidden Fates 1s and 10s. So we got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 18 10s in total. So not the best, not the worst. Around about just under a third. Probably about 25% was in PSA 10s. A lot of 9s, a few 8s, 1 7. Kind of strange there. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting. Was it worth waiting 5 months to get this back? I'm going to probably say no. Although some cards have gone up in value. Like I just said, the Hidden Fates promo has jumped up substantially in value. And I would even say the Charizard promos, they've also appreciated in value as well. So that's, I guess, okay. But apart from that, I think the wait for PSA is just too long at the moment. The fact that I had to wait 5 months for this was pretty wild. Could have been better if I graded with something like Ace grading. Possibly. Turnaround time is quicker. The values are a little bit lower, but the cost per card is cheaper to grade. Time versus money, right? It all depends. Some of these I'm definitely going to be keeping in my collection, but the majority of these will be available on the store if you do want to jump in and get involved. These are a lot of graded cards, a lot of Charizards. If you're after some Charizards, then there'll be a lot of those available. But yeah, very, very interesting indeed. But that is it from me, guys, in today's video. For watch more Pokemon content, make sure to click the video on the screen, and of course, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you do want to grab one of these, make sure to use the link down below in the description, PokeJacecards.com, and go and take a look. And don't forget to use the code Pokeball to get 10% off your first order. That's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next ones. Peace.